like the amount of ice to put in drinks, like the amount of salt to put on fries, and then you just crank the salt up to like 10, and then the ice up to 10, and you just
I think
see
that's in
people.
multiple games because I think you could also do that in Sim Theme Park and Sim Coaster, if I recall. But
Were you creating like
you just watch
coasters?
people go? Yeah, you just watch people like go back and forth.
Man, being 12-year-old sense of humor.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm literally looking up Coaster Tycoon on Steam.
Well, on that note, hi everyone and welcome to
Yep.
Dreamlands. My name is Philip. I am your long lost lore for this game, and I'm joined by many wonderful players. Say happy Monday, say Monday again, players.
Wow, you almost I was just gonna oblige. I was just gonna be like, yeah, okay, and then you went and.
But then Garfield got in my head, like he does.
Monday again, players.
There we go.
Which version of Garfield?
Earliest, weirdest looking, 1978. You ever see those original Garfields? He looks terrible.
Also, I like that this time you introduce yourself as I am your long lost lore.
I am your long lost lore.
Which sounds like you know I am your deep dark secrets.
That's true. I am your.
Who's saying he isn't?
I am your long lost lore. Well, how's everyone doing tonight?
You can say it like Dread. I am the lore.
There you go. How are you guys doing other than kind of feeling nostalgia for games, for simulator games you can no longer play?
I'm wondering if KJ, if you played Jurassic World Evolution.
So, okay, management games in modern years haven't been able to capture the same feeling that they did in the 90s for me, but I have played it. I haven't tried the second one yet, but I did like the first one. Like, it was cool having all the dinosaurs, but like the ones that make you manage living creatures are a lot harder because, you know, if you just build a coaster, cool, here's a mechanic every now and then you're done. But like then you have to have water and food and give it toys and shit. Like, shut the fuck up. I just want to put cool dinosaurs in and move on. The ones that make you manage living things are so much harder than they need to be. Because they add this realism element. I'm like, no.
I mean,
if I wanted realism, I would go to a museum. I would play with my dogs. I would do something with the living creature.
As far as realism goes, in the second one, I did watch a video where someone had caged them up and then just pulled down the walls and sent 100,000 Indominus Rexes and 100,000 T-Rexes to see who would come up.
Who won?
The Indominus Rex.
Of course. That was just better stats, probably. But
this is the best parts of all the dinosaurs.
This is what I've seen. Since I played Elden Ring, I've seen all these videos. What happens if you pit 5 last bosses against 50 of X enemies or something like that? And it's usually something stupid, and it's that has that same energy.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I don't know. Let's maybe talk about this game, or we really can talk more about video games. That's all.
Oh, this was a D&D or tabletop game stream. Oh, sorry.
It is, in fact. So for last week, my dear sweet party here ventured to the world of compliance, where they had to see a man about a seal, or meet a seal about a man. Effectively, they were going to see if Bisperus was going to, what this sort of shadow elf named Bisperus was trying to do as it related to the boundaries of the Dreadlands in the Wishworld cluster. In so doing, they discovered that compliance was, lo and behold, being run by a seal who had accidentally been placed there. A seal named Sophie. Sophie the seal. Sophie, does anybody, side note on Sophie the seal, that's really alliterative here. Does anyone happen to remember what Sophie's voice was?
Sophie's choice?
Sophie's voice? Let's make a movie called Sophie's Voice, and everybody will think that it's Sophie's choice.
It was really sort of higher pitched and nervous.
Was there an accent to it?
No.
Great.
No.
Delightful.
You could just give her one.
I mean,
just because
maybe she'll adopt one out of her. But in any event, you guys managed to very cleverly extricate Sophie from that position so one of the clockwork constructs could take back over in compliance, thereby ending Sophie's suffering. You also managed to sort of sidestep around Bisperus so that some of Henry's agents would, in fact, begin keeping tabs on the Dreadlands and on sort of all multiplanar infractions and changes in that realm, but it wouldn't be in the hands of the Shadow Elves, whom you all felt were being a little shadowy.
I think that's mostly Dominic's thoughts.
Did we all feel that?
I will say that Dominic felt it the most, but I mean, I don't think Dominic was wrong.
I don't think Asha was a fan of the guy either.
Yeah, but I think Asha wasn't a fan of that guy. Asha is not generally opposed to Shadow Elves the way that Dominic is.
Just bug people.
Yes, the only ones, the Chrysene are the only ones who Asha finds like
if they have a carapace out there, no. Need skin.
Get your carapace out of my
skin.
face. It's bad news. And yet, those bug people are actually very nice. Although maybe.
I don't know.
Oh man. Well, in any case, I'm thinking about. I want to have you guys meet some more bug people now. That's what I'd like to do. In any event.
That's what we're doing today. Bug people spot.
Yeah, it's
I
a bug
thought,
spot.
do they smile or do they have mandibles? Are their smiles are way different than
they were beetle people specifically, which I think that were like that was like the worst bug I could have picked.
It's not the worst, but it is.
The worst bug was CrowdStrike on Friday. Now that was a bug. Ugh.
Well, topical. So with that in mind, I'll wrap up this recap here. You returned to Henry, gave him a report. Once again, you brought home a friend. However, because many of you kept talking about spas, Henry was like, okay, well, I'll see if there's anything in a spa, because if you guys are thinking it, must be something in the zeitgeist. So he sought out a spa mission for you to potentially go on. And Asha then asked if she could bring Sophie to the spa as a pet, as like a mascot, and the rest of the group was like, she's not your pet.
I don't think she asked to bring Sophie to the spa, just if we could keep Sophie.
Oh, if we could keep her as a mascot, I understand. I thought she was saying, I want her to come to this spa with us.
I mean, if she wants to come, she's welcome to. I'm not going to gatekeep the spa, but
you should gatekeep the spa. So in any case, with that, our heroes prepared for another adventure. It is at this time, I think, having smelled them a few times, the Patron of Faces has elderflower, embers, and amber, whereas Forest of Fae has jasmine, neroli, tomato leaf, and amber. Guys, hey, so many ambers. What is this? High school in the 80s? Anyway, we're now going to... I'm going to light Forest of Fae. I think that feels a little more...
Okay, show of hands. How many of us went to high school in the 80s?
None of us went to high school.
None, yeah.
Many of you were not even born in the 80s. I went to... No, I didn't even go to grade school in the 80s, if I'm being
okay.
honest. I guess I technically
I think you did.
I did not know I had... well, do you count 1990 as the 80s, like a
no.
pedant?
No, of course not. There's no 80s.
But does kindergarten count?
Kindergarten is not grade school.
Hmm.
Grade school starts with first grade. Yeah, I was in kindergarten from 89 to 90. Then, sweet 1990. Right on into first grade.
From 89 to 2024.
That's when you've been in grade school. That's a long time.
Wow, held back for the longest time.
I'm gonna get out eventually.
That's fair. It's the Billy Madison lifestyle. So with that, that is our recap. But for those of you, oh yeah, I did want to mention we did have a double spa options this week, so that no matter who won, it would be a spa. But the options were Manny and Petty, and though Manny came out to an early lead in the end, Petty won it.
I wanted a Manny.
I'm going to share something that I'm just going to share. I'm going to explain some texts I had with KJ earlier today, in which I texted KJ. I said, Petty Manny was a rare come from behind victory. Also, can I have feet in the IG image since it's a pedicure, or is that like going to attract some creeps? And she said, no feet pics. And then I sent her what I deemed like a pretty neutral picture of someone's like foot, and she was like, no, absolutely not. Account will be banned. So you probably did it. You probably made a good call there.
I know.
What about Ewok feet?
Aw, rear paws?
So I did mean to text you, but then I got busy at work. I did want to respond. Animal feet are okay.
Oh, so
I was going to say that.
Pig feet in the spa. Understood.
Could have been ghost feet, just the bottom of a
Pig feet in a
sheet.
spa?
Just the bottom of the sheet.
Just nothing.
I only want that because
that.
the picture I had was someone like massaging a foot in a very like it looked like a real like spa photo. And I would love that. I want that exact photo, but I want someone like rubbing oil onto the bottom of a sheet.
It's just doing laundry.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Has anyone ever done like a ghost sex scene where the ghost is a sheet, and so it's just like they're doing all like the standard like erotic.
Someone has to.
There's porn of everything. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I want this. I don't want this porn. I want this hot shots vibe. I want this like the airplane version.
Yeah,
someone coming up from behind a sheet and like holding it like this.
Some Zucker Brothers thing has done funny. This, or some indie comedy
I'm into this. This is funny. It's an indie comedy, sure. Well, with all that in mind, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll jump on into the game here.
Power's all back.
Your power is all back. It has been a day.
Good, because I already regenerated it.
Perfect. And so Henry will in fact arrive.
Pair 7s for luck.
Oh yeah, everybody. Great point. Everyone, let's roll your 4d8 to determine your luck.
Also, you can't search for that, Philip, because all it does is bring up things about the movie Ghost.
Oh yeah.
What, ghost sex? Or
No.
what did you Google?
The movie Ghost.
No.
I've sex scene in movie with Ghost.
Got it. Yeah, that'll do it.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Everything is Ghost. I'll have to
Let's
go-
remake Ghost without Patrick Swayze, so it's just people like talking to themselves. Just like empty frame freaking out without that character. That's funny. So if you guys, you know how this works by now. If you got a pair, you can have 4 luck for the day. No pair.
No matches.
No matches is 3 luck.
No
Oh
matches.
my god.
Oh, yeah, Naked Gun did a ghost thing.
That doesn't sound impossible. So, as you guys are sort of in the park chilling out, Henry arrives, and he sort of kind of is shaking his head and walks over and says, "I'm honestly not certain if you all have sort of a rather major event has happened, and I'm going to be sending you to investigate it. But Nova and Asha will be glad to hear that you are going to a spa after a fashion. Because, do you recall when I was telling you about how there were rumors of a Dreadland that was about to be sort of like, that was forming in the material world? Do you all recall that?
I believe I remember hearing
Yes.
this. But
You
what's
remember
happened to
you
the
talking
spa?
about this? Yes.
Rings a bell. As it turns out, the Dreadland that has been returned to Morenawake was a large bath complex. Oh, Asha, it seems like you're getting ready. Seems like you're getting very ready for what you're up to there. Wonderful.
Amazing.
So yes, you'll be going to sort of it's a sort of remote spot on a sort of rocky coast. It's far from any city, but this large sort of they're called the Thermae Belluarum. Sort of a large complex of bathhouses and sort of gardens and places. As far as what I've sort of observed from sort of the dreams of people who've heard of this, it was located on an island. So kind of this whole island is now sort of slammed into a piece of coast, and most people who were within it have fled from it, sort of. But a number of the sort of, I guess, the staff who worked there, or those who sort of ran this place. Several of them have remained, and they claim that sort of the top level is free of the sort of evils of this place that sort of gripped this dreadland, and they're indicating that they've opened it as sort of for any who wish to come and enjoy the sort of services of this bathhouse are welcome to do so.
Bathhouse Dreadland? What was scary about that one?
Well, the dreams of those who were within it and have escaped are... I cannot trust them completely. I have theories as to what it means. I suspect it was some inversion of a sort of a quest for beauty, a twisted quest for sort of beauty and physical perfection, and aesthetics that sort of grew troubling and eventually sunk into a dreadland. But in any event, the place has been freed. So, we're going to send you there. Asha is, as we said, ready. So you can certainly go and just enjoy the spa. I use your best judgment if it seems like it's still a trap, if it's still dangerous. There are certainly, it seems there are areas they're telling people do not go here, but for the most part, they people have left it and said it was very nice. So it's been there for a couple of days now.
Do they have the?
Wow, they did it fast monetizing this.
Yes, that part is strange to me, and that is one thing I'd like you all to investigate. Yes, Zekas.
Is this where they have the grandmothers who hit you with leaves?
I do believe there actually are some sort of leaf-based, sort of some palm frond strikings and things like this, yes. Sort of for exfoliation or just to get the blood pumping. I don't really know the purpose. But although there are things like massage and sort of beauty treatments, it seems the primary purpose that there are these sort of baths, these sort of hot baths, cold baths, warm baths, sort of large bathhouse. I would say, bring your swimsuits, although I think many people there probably won't be in them, so feel free to go as you.
Wait, you wear swimsuits to the bathhouse?
From some of your cultures, you probably would. From others, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you how sort of
so weird.
How sort of unprotected you wish to be in there. For all I know, they don't allow any clothing inside. It seems sort of whole thing seems a little Roman coded, so I don't know. They're called thermae for
Rome.
example.
What's Rome?
Don't worry about it. It's sort of remember ancient Trachaloy?
Oh.
Sort of that vibe.
0 minutes since I thought about ancient Trachaloy. Oh man.
Oh yeah, you're a man. I thought you'd think about it 5 or 6 times a day. So yes. Side note, and for how much men think about ancient Trachaloy, there's really not that many sort of ancient Trachaloy like Dungeons and Dragons modules. It's just a funny point I'll just make. It seems to.
No, but there is a Gladiator 2 coming and a show made by the same company that is Gladiator.
Those about to die? Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. In any event, the Thermae Belluarum, that is where you're going. So Asha, here's the book.
So we're really just going to relax?
You're going to relax, but you're going to sort of, I would say, as much as I want you to sort of soak in a cleansing, bath of some kind and sort of soak in whatever rejuvenating things. Also soak in information. If you are able to find out how the place was freed, that would be very good information to have.
Sure.
If you are able to, I don't believe this individual will be easy to find, but if this Echerov Anetli is nearby, you're able to sort of speak to them or find out what they have done, that could be.
Is that the Dreadlord?
No, that is a powerful.
That was the boss of the Provinia shop.
This was before your time of joining. That was the boss of a sort of shop who wound up not. It wasn't even the boss of that. It was someone who was using this boss's name from Morena Wake. So, from what I gather, Echerov Anetli is a sort of composite figure of other powerful entities who sort of came together and formed this thing. So,
all right.
In any case.
Oh, should we put the book in a waterproof bag so we have it while we're in the baths?
Fun fact, that dream journal, though it is sort of paper and feels whatever, I have it's a bit of a little sort of charm on it. It's waterproof.
Waterproof.
How do we write in that with ink?
Well,
It charm.
it's a charm. So in other words, if you put ink on it, it goes. If you spill ink on it, it doesn't.
I guess that's why
Wow.
none of Filian's parts remained in here, huh?
Poor Filian,
What do you mean by parts of Filian?
He was kind of smashed and then caught in the book.
You smashed a person in the book.
Oh, I
He
didn't.
not person before he
The
smashed
witch
the book.
did.
So you did not view him as person, and so you eliminated him.
Well,
not
that's
person,
his
he
body
plastic.
up there, and I'll point to the. What I'm assuming is the Lich is still battling over
Yeah.
his body.
If we go by mass, it wasn't that much of a body, really.
It's plastic. He not even eat.
Has any of them won yet?
Oh yes, one of them did win, but no one knows which one. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
It's a whole thing. So, actually, wait, did we say which one?
Alright.
I think we said, yeah. One of them has. Cosmo Ocelot will begin investigating. Never followed up. I guess Cosmo Ocelot, do you want to follow up?
I did say that that same thing, that like whether the downtime between that I would just begin exploring that direction.
Cool, make an investigate roll. Investigate research.
Oh boy.
You got 3 dice.
3 dice. Here we go.
Before you go to a former Dreadland, I think you should use all your dice on this roll.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
What could go wrong?
2, 4, 5.
So far, I will say this, Cosmonaut, with 2, 4, 5, you have nearly figured out the names of those 3 liches. You've almost
To be
gotten
fair.
that.
And the
To be
love
fair,
triangle?
They are fucking hard.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Shtasuth, Visibadiroth, and Ire Vorgazity? That's the hardest one. Ire Vorgazity is the toughest. I love you, Ring, because you just put letters
They have a
together.
cousin named Iavogacity.
Oh, yeah, there you go. No, that one's the easiest. Ire Vorgazity. So, as you guys sort of venture to the world of Morena Wake, any last moves? As of now, it's just the 5 of you going. I suppose you could ask others to venture, but Penry's
Are
kind
we
of...
bringing the seal?
The seal seems... Sophie seems pretty happy at the sort of in the waters of Castle Turbelange on this morning. So you could
Do we
ask
really
her if you
want
wanted
to
to, but she
bring a
says-
seal with us to a former Dreadland? That sounds
What
like
about
trouble.
No, she just escaped.
other human, Callie?
She busy.
How do you know? Did you ask her?
She a lot. Asha don't want to ask. You ask her one question and she thinks about it for 10 minutes. Asha not into that.
As you guys are heading out, I guess I should do this. As you guys are about to head out, you're sort of not stopped, but
hold on.
Yes, Dominic?
I need a new weapon.
Oh, right.
You don't need weapon at spa.
You believe we will get in Bethlehem?
Especially at a spa and a bath, you need a weapon.
Actually, that's a good point. I will here. He sort of just conjures up like an easy to hide knife and sort of says,
there we go.
in this situation,
like
Dominic,
the
I don't want to
classics.
sort of- let's not send you anything that is sort of sort of weaponry they don't have in that particular world.
Should I? I can still bring all mine.
You're fine. That's all your plan.
Where are you guys even gonna carry weapons? That's rude.
You
To
probably
all
will
the
have to
scholars.
leave them in the changing room.
Yeah.
Yes,
I cannot get rid of my claws. They are part of me.
but- precisely.
That's never
Oh
mind.
wait, KJ left. I have the next things for KJ. Oh, here's KJ. So as you guys are preparing to go, Haldir is like pouring oil onto himself, but he's
Shocking.
like, "I'm the main character. Where are you guys going?"
We go spa.
Oh, I'm not enough of a spa for you?
You physically not spa. You himbo.
I'm what? No, I'm Haldir. It's funny you can't say my name because you're an Ewok. I'm Haldir.
Asha will like pat, I guess because she's short, his groin.
Yep.
And she'd be like,
Exactly. They just touch it.
Okay, you pretty. You go dance over there.
Okay. He goes and dances over there. He walks in and says, I have to become a spa.
Can people become spas?
Not
No,
while
but at
living.
least he pretty. It's
It
fine.
would require a few wishes, but it's possible, I guess.
He not
No.
paid for his brains.
They could just look like a spa or have the skills of a spa.
Maybe we should talk to
I
the.
genuinely don't know if Haltier is good at giving massages or not. I know he thinks he is.
He definitely thinks he
Yeah, he does.
Probably not.
Force massage.
Oh dear. So, in any event, as you guys head out, passing through the Dreamlands, you eventually emerge on a sort of, on a gray, rocky coast. The sky is stormy, overcast. It's not particularly, it's not a particularly sort of warm day, probably in like the 50s, and you do see that sort of kind of just stuck against the side of this coastline where there's kind of a fog off on the water and the sea that's kind of lapping against it. There is a large kind of classical complex that is rising out of the shore and partially in the water, but then you can see there is some land under it as well. It's this large, beautiful complex. You can tell at the top of it that there seems to be some kind of grove or garden, these sort of beautiful trees rising out of it. It's a striking sight.
So,
does anybody have I guess I'd let you guys. Does anybody have just like nature in their knowledge? Any kind of like. You do, Zekas.
Forest lore and forest friendship.
Asha, I would let you do an analyze putting on forest lore. And Zekas, I would let you do a roll with. You've got desert terrain, so that's not really this.
Can I just add a knowledge of nature?
General nature. Yeah, sure. You can just do a general nature.
I have 2 6s and 2 8s.
Ooh, which one would you like to use?
I mean 8.
8. Great.
So is the entire land that this thing is built on completely level, or is it like leaning or something like that?
It doesn't seem level, but it seems steady. It seems like even if it didn't, it all just, it has settled. I'll tell you what, Dominic, why don't you...
I mean, it's not like the whole tilted island or something
nothing
like that,
is
right?
tilted, nothing is weird.
Okay.
Dominic, give me your own analyze. I know it's not your...
Oh,
you know what? No, I'll take it back. Give me a look. I'll let you kind of use your
look.
Your
Just
eyeballs.
what do my orcish, half orcish eyes see? A pair of 5s.
A pair of 5s. Great.
Wow.
And Zekas, how did you do on your sort of...
What is the
analyze?
base roll for this?
Let's do analyze, or I guess you could do navigate track. It's kind of, you know...
Okie dokie.
Let's throw that on there. So, because you are a sort of... We'll have different answers here. There's a navigation, there's a tracking sort of thing. There's
About my folk tales.
2 8s.
Yeah, you can throw that on there just as long as you use a different skill. 2 8s. Oh wow, so Zekas and Asha both had 2 8s. So they're really...
Oh, she had 2 8s?
She did.
Alright, I can do a different one. So I was just going to change.
Oh, that's fine.
What did
Well, I also had 2 6s, so I can change it up.
She could do 2 6s if you wanted to do 2 8s.
Thank you.
Did we just come in here with the same dress and one of us has to change?
Baller spa day right there for KJ.
Oh, what is that? You got churros?
Haltier
They sell
just handed her a
churros?
churro.
Where's my churro? Hello? Churro? Asha, where did you get the churro?
There's a churro vendor right there
Asha
on the
just-
beach.
Can we bring it
she
through?
brought one from the park.
Yeah.
You can bring it to the park now?
God damn it.
That's great. So, Dominic,
All right.
what do your orc eyes see? They basically see that, it does look like this thing has settled a little bit, or like there's been something, but you probably suspect it's some magic mumbo jumbo. The entire, like it must have magically nestled itself into the terrain, so things that used to be next to each other are maybe now on different levels. It's all kind of shifted and set itself sort of stably. Zekas, you're going with the 8s?
Sure.
One thing that you can tell is that the stone that is used and the placement of this and everything about this thing is not correct for this landscape. This is definitely something that got dropped here. You never would have built a structure like this in this terrain, in this climate, in this temperature.
The rocks and sediment are way different.
Totally, yeah. It's even if you had shipped this marble, hundreds of miles, you still would not have sort of set this the way it is. Asha, you're going with 6s. You largely see the same thing that Zekas does, but we'll say sort of with the puzzling side of it. You're a little bit more fixated on what happened to whatever had been here before. Did it all get shifted over? You definitely see that on the sides of this, on the shore up to here, there's kind of some it's as if the shoreline's been folded up like a towel. There's kind of some ridges of extra rock and sort of some sand now jutting out, little weird estuaries, I guess, or not estuary, promontories kind of have formed off. So it's a weird vibe.
So I'm assuming that the rock island that it's set on is off level of the current land, so there's a bridge on top leading there.
No, it seems to be. I mean, it's a little higher, but it is not. It's not like an island has set down into the coast. It's more.
It just literally just
the coast kind of
out of the land, out of the way, and just.
And thing. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It seems like that's what you can tell with your sort of looking. So it's a weird vibe. However, you notice that there are a few figures kind of milling around at the entrance and entering inside of it. You also, however, notice that one person is walking away from it. A very sort of grim-faced individual. Their clothing is a sort of a toga-like robe that they're wearing, and they have sort of a satchel over their side. It is a human, and he's got kind of a rather furrowed look. He has a pretty nice cloak over it, so he looks like a somewhat sort of fancy person.
He's walking away from the building.
He's kind of walking along the beach. He's there's a good bit of distance between you, but he's kind of walking parallel to what your path would be. So you could approach him if you wanted, but he's not paying any attention. He might spot you and kind of be surprised to just kind of keep walking, but he's not.
We're not glamored or anything, right? So we look exactly how
you guys look as you do. Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything to say to this dude, so should we just go to the 3 figures?
Great.
Asha will remember the dude, if
Sure.
he pops up again, but yeah.
Analyze his face. As you guys sort of walk up there, there's a couple of figures milling about. One of them is wearing... 2 of them are wearing sort of toga clothing that sort of befits this architecture, wearing what that man who had just walked past you is wearing. The other person is wearing a much more, Zekas-like, kind of medieval leathers and cloak.
Got some good style.
That vibe. The sort of medieval dressed person is, you can tell is not a key figure, since I don't know what their species is yet. They're not a pre-gen. They're a. It's a dwarf. It's a dwarf. Is kind of just there, sort of checking the place out. He's in kind of a leather type armor sort of thing. Some nice, metal, maybe some metal. What do you call the what's the shoulder thing? Pauldrons.
Pauldron.
Yeah, he's got some pauldrons on. He's looking kind of whatever, but he's just kind of looking in, kind of thumbing his beard as if this is all very strange. The other 2 are humans. One is a rather young-looking man who seems kind of nervous, and the other is a woman who is probably in her 30s. Very kind of she has a sort of a not grim expression, but kind of a very serious expression. This is all important business to her.
Since they generally fit with the aesthetic of the bathhouse, right?
Yeah, they seem to, from what you know of ancient Tragedy.
All right. I guess we should approach.
Okay. As you sort of approach, the sort of the woman is talking to the dwarf, but upon seeing kind of you, Nova looks like a human, but she's accompanied by an ocelot, a little Ewok bear, a sort of blue elf, and a tusked orc. So she kind of, has a momentary whatever, but she'll sort of turn away, and the kind of nervous young man starts talking to the dwarf, and she sort of turns to you all and says, greetings. You are here. You are coming to the Thermae. You are welcome. We are so grateful to be free. We are willing to show you the benefits of this place if you would like to experience them. All are welcome for now.
How long?
What you mean for now?
Well, eventually we may try to. I don't know what. I do not know what the Anointress Tulia wants to do. Perhaps we will start charging. We will have to make ends meet for ourselves somehow. But for now, it is a time of celebration, so everyone is welcome.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Can I get a read on this person?
Sure. Do a detect vibe.
Any deception or pair of 8s?
A pair of 8s.
So the reason I'm doing read because we just met this person. They just basically plane shifted over into this land, and their first thought is come into, and we're gonna work. I don't know how long they've been here though, so I don't know if they did a search around the area.
If that is the angle that you're talking to, with a pair of 8s, you pick up the following. The way this person is talking about, we're here to open it, perhaps there will be money later, but the point is it's open to everyone. We're sort of trying to give this as thanks for our freedom. There is a distinctive energy from her that well, this is what I do. We run this place. We make sure it's we're here to help people. We're here to whether it's here to help people or we're here to help people. You're reading it too much. It's like this is what we're for. Even if we're free, I'm still a person who pours the water on the person and hits them with the palm fronds.
Okay. Very dedicated to
extremely dedicated. She seems very dedicated to this place. Or maybe, actually, the way she said the Anointress Tulia, maybe she is just dedicated to whoever that is.
The Anointress?
Yeah.
I want to... how long have you been in this area?
We were so mercifully freed about 2 days ago.
2 days.
How did you end up here?
It is a beautiful mystery. Someone slew one of the guests who was sort of apparently causing all the trouble, and then we were given our freedom, and we sort of slam into these rocks, but it's a good time for us.
Freedom? What freedom? Were you in bondage or in
Well, we were trapped
chains?
in what they have now told us is called a Dreadland.
A Dreadland. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
We were all in the Dreadland, and some of us had been born there, like me. Others had been trapped there, but all were sort of tortured there. But not as much as our worst guest. She was a big headache. No one wanted to work for her. She was the
Who was that?
That was the lady Mormosilla.
Mormosil?
Mormosilla.
And that's who you killed to be free?
Oh, I did not kill her. I would never have been so bold to do that. Acanthio, he killed her. I can tell you all about it if you are going to come in.
Is he
Sure.
here too?
We needed a spa day anyway.
Wonderful. Here, I'll lead you this way. We did not have. I know there's some spas that some people have asked questions. We do not have we do not separate the spas. It's just sort of anyone can go in. So.
Just like ancient Trachaloy.
If you wish to,
Why
she
you call
takes
it
you through
ancient?
the. What's that?
Why you call it ancient?
Because Trachaloy's history goes back to ancient times.
But it's just your home.
Yeah? current Trachaloy is. I don't live in ancient Trachaloy. where
You
they
don't
built
live in
all-
current Trachaloy.
Oh, that is true too. I came from there. What's the timeline? Since I moved,
Yeah,
it was 2 months before Great in the Dark happened that I moved over from there.
You're definitely from Trachaloy.
I'm from current Trachaloy, not ancient Trachaloy.
Yeah, precisely.
Like people who live in Italy don't say they come from ancient Rome.
Well, they don't say they come from current Rome.
They just say they.
Well,
come
yeah,
from
they do. They do say they come from Rome.
They don't say current Rome.
Did he say I'm from current Trachaloy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No,
I
but
was
I'll
like,
talk about I'm not from ancient well, whatever. Doesn't matter.
You are led through the palaestra, which is the entrance, and you are taking to the apoditerium, which is the undressing rooms. She sort of gestures you, and there are sort of little like kind of shelves and things where you are able to put your belongings and your weaponry and all your things. You notice that there are a couple of people. One person ahead of you is a human who he's kind of like taking his stuff off, but he's kind of keeping a towel around himself, and just kind of like awkwardly holding it and kind of shuffling when he sees you all coming in. Just sort of shuffles it beyond. You can sense some heat and steam coming through this room. Everything is very, very well maintained, clean, and brightly painted marble in this room with a variety of kind of pleasant patterns on the wall. Although, some of them occasionally, if you look closely, what is in the mosaic are pretty disturbing scenes of monstrous things happening. But this place was a Dreadland, so it's somewhat to be expected. She
So
said,
this building was part of the Dreadlands?
everything, you've just walked into a former Dreadland. Yeah. This whole thing used to be a Dreadland. As of 2 days ago.
Okay.
So, what's the name of that person who freed you from?
Oh, yes, she'll sort of stand here and she's kind of like... Also, the dwarf comes in with that other guy, and he starts, like, basically they're here to help anyone undo anything on their clothing that they need help getting undressed with, but they're like...
What, the
they're not
dwarf's part of the
grabby.
staff too?
Asha will draw the best stick figure approximation of the drawings on the wall.
Understood. Just in the dream journal?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and do a compose create then. That's under your will.
Fine. All right.
Little
No
Ewok hands.
You do some stick figure drawings. You may not be able to remember what they represented.
Don't you
so
do
as
schematics
guys,
for engineering?
What schematic?
Oh, I guess keep it mentally. Okay.
So as you all undress to whatever degree you do, she will.
Asha's completely naked.
Just Asha.
Minus
As
the
is.
wrap.
But then she puts the wrap over
Butt
her
ass,
ears.
butt ass naked.
Zach.
Dominic is like old country, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cosmo Ocelot, I assume, is very shy. That's a joke. I assume Cosmo Ocelot's not shy at all.
Yes,
Russians,
well, I
this is
also-
normal for them.
Yes, I will take off suit, but I am also still ocelot, and it's still just covered in fur.
Yeah, you and Asha are gonna you guys are gonna ruin the drains in these baths. But basically, as
That's why it's good we hear first.
as she's sort of explaining. So yeah, Nova, as you watch as everyone, all these monsters just get totally naked. Like, all right. As Acanthia, this woman who, oh, by the way, she will mention to you, and some Roman names are fun, guys. Her name is Fufia.
Bufia.
Yeah.
Oofia.
Fufia. But she will sort of be saying, yes, so it was in the end, the one who saved us, it was Acanthio. Acanthio.
Encantio.
Acanthio, yes, he
Acanthio.
killed
Acanthio.
Mormosilla. Acanthio. Oh, I think your accent, you sound sort of familiar to me. Everyone else who come in, I don't like how they sound, but you sound a little, you sound
Yeah,
a little,
we definitely sound correcto.
yeah. I instinctively want to feed you. But Acanthio was his name. He was another guest here, and he came and we massaged him many times, but he was growing very angry with Mormosilla and the things she would do in the very bad things she would do in the lower baths. Oh, I must tell you, not all the baths are open. Okay, so right now we don't have all this sort of the more intense beauty regimens that she would go through. You understand? Up here we only have kind of the sort of softer stuff. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And there is one of our beauty gardens is open to you as well. Okay, that is the garden of Dinakuras. Okay, you can go to that one, but only go to these few rooms here and the Dinakuras. We do not vouch for everywhere else.
What in Beauty Garden?
The beauty garden, it has that's where you can there are sort of the massages, and that's where they do the scrubs, and they use the fruits on your body and all of these things.
I should be right back.
Oh, well, you don't want to go into the bath first?
Okay.
Most people they like to warm in I'll tell you the sequence of how most people
Asha will run and like jump into it like it's a.
Oh, so there's different baths to go to. There's the tepidarium, which are the warm baths. Then there's the colidarium, the incredibly hot baths, and then the frigidarium, which is the cold plunge. She informs you that at this time the sudatorium and the laconicum, which are the steam bath, and then the super hot room that is totally dry, no water, those are not available. Those are down below. And she's like,
I guess the tepid one.
So you'll just go to the tepidarium.
How hot is the super hot one you're talking about?
The super hot one is pretty hot, but if you're in the tepidarium for a while, your body temperature rises, and then you get into.
Okay, tepidarium.
Okay, so you'll go to the tepidarium. There are a few figures, a few people in there just kicking around. She kind of gestures to the rest of you if you want to go in there. Are you bringing Agnes, Nova?
Of course.
Okay.
Does Agnes have her own little bathing suit to put on too?
Yeah.
Are you wearing a bathing suit, Nova?
Yeah.
Okay. The Fufia, when she sort of sees you in a thing, she kind of like make a read person, Nova.
And then do we have a locker to like put all our stuff in?
There is no locker. There is, however, one guy here. It's the guy who was helping the dwarf, the guy who looked nervous, but he'll kind of look over at you and go, "Don't worry, I'll watch your stuff. I'll keep it safe. That's my job."
No matches.
No matches. She whatever she was thinking, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
does this fella look like he can hold himself in the fight?
This guy who you're talking to does not. He looks very sort of scrawny and scared.
Can Asha beat him in a fight?
Probably.
Asha can beat a lot of people in fight.
And she has claws. She's naked, but she's armed.
Can Filian beat him in a fight?
No.
Well, not anymore. That's for sure.
That's a straight no.
I'll just
Under
say
no circumstances.
my various swords and blades. Be like, here, please.
Okay.
Take good care of them.
Oh, you are really a stabby man, huh? Okay. Just set it off to the side.
Dominic folds his three-piece suit and leaves it to him, but he has his hair tied up in a man bun and has that little knife there as the
so basically as Fufia will lead you guys to the tepidarium, and sort of you see there are a few other beings in there. They are all, I think, probably naked, although some of them have like towels that they're kind of gonna hide behind as soon as they get out. But as the rest of you sort of step into the water, the water is it's like the natural. I don't know if anyone's ever been in a natural hot spring before, but there's kind of like a weirder vibe to it where it's like it's warm and like it doesn't feel like you're in like a hot tub. It's kind of like there's almost like an unevenness to the temperature, as if it's kind of a thing, but it's also kind of pleasant, and it has this sort of mineral scent. But as you guys step into it, Fufia will kind of like sit down, kind of like like side sit, and she picks up a ladle and she just starts like scooping water onto all of your backs as she talks to you.
Good.
Well, Asha's gonna be floating on her back in the middle of the thing, so.
Okay, then she'll just kind of put it on your belly if she can ever reach it,
Right.
to the thing. But she's kind of like, so yes, so Acanthio, he did not like some of what Mormosilla, what she preferred to do. So,
What did she?
oh, I will not talk about those things. It was very bad. But
So
she just wanted to stay so beautiful. You understand?
Oh, I see.
It was bad.
Wait, so just just offing this one person was enough to free you from your torment?
Apparently, she was something called a dreadlord.
A dreadlord?
And Acanthio killed her because he seduced her. And he made her think he loved her. And then she let her guard down and he killed her. So he could escape, and then he did escape.
Where is he now?
Oh, he is a flat away. He's a runaway. We don't know where he is. We wanted to thank him. We wanted to throw him a big party, but instead we opened it up to everyone. And now we are gonna make the Thermae right. That's what the Anointress Tulia wants to do. She wants to make the Thermae sort of a beautiful place and to the original mission and not tainted the way it was by Mor Masila.
And that's the new person in charge?
Yes, well, she has always been in charge at the bath, but now with Mor Masila
Quick
gone,
question.
she can do what she wants. Yes.
If someone like Nova was standing up in this, how high is the water?
To here, maybe.
Okay.
Actually, I don't
is
know
there
if
a
it's high
step
as
that Asha can stand on and not?
There are steps Asha could stand on to not be that, but if you're floating in the middle, you're over. Yeah, there's definitely like a little.
If she wanted to like join the conversation, she can step into the.
You could stand on what other people would be sitting on, and yeah, your head would be out of the water. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So, wait, hold on.
Splash.
The Anointress is the boss?
Well, the Anointress says she runs the Thermae.
That would... The Anointress wasn't the... Well, clearly she's still alive and no longer in Dreadland.
The Anointress, she's just the sort of the chief, the chief servant here.
Huh.
But now that
Asha will paddle her way over to the steps. But Asha thought if you kill Dreadlord, then someone else become Dreadlord.
Indeed, but I don't know what to tell you. This is what people have said. We didn't even know we were in the Dreadland, but apparently we were free. We got very lucky. We wish we could thank Acanthio. He's really safe.
What did he look like?
Acanthio? Oh, yeah. He was she turns. Let's say there's like 4 marble statues on the wall. She's like, kind of cross between that guy, but with the hairs of that guy, and maybe as tall as that guy. Kind of a mix of those 3 guys.
A human?
Oh, Acanthio is a human, yeah, like me. We are mostly humans here, not Mor Masila. She was something else.
I had a thought. You're not surprised to see a collection of folks like us.
We had other guests come in who look like what some of you are, yes. We had elves, we had dwarves, we had you are an orc, right?
Half orc.
And then,
but I take a lot of my father's features, apparently.
And then we never had one like this one, who's the Ursa. And we never had one like this, who's a different kind of Ursa, I guess. Maybe more like a cat. Felicia, but the point is, we haven't had them, but I'm not surprised. I was told anything could come in. And we mostly have, she kind of points at Nova, a human like you. But not so, yeah, that's who come in usually. That's who had come in and been trapped forever,
Who's come in since you've been freed?
Oh, just people from, people from this world. Mainly people who heard about it and decided to come see. All of them, she just points at everyone. All of our guests, they all left. As soon everyone who had been a guest here, trapped with us, as soon as it was free, they all went around. And most of the staff left too. But some of us, we would not abandon Anointress Tulia.
Do any of the other guests look like there's anything remarkable?
The other guests, what do you mean? Oh, visitors like you who've come in?
Yeah, like you said there's like 4 others in here, right?
Oh, sorry, you're asking if Zekas finds them notable. Apologies. Zekas, yeah, go ahead and do a detect vibe or a look, whichever however you want to check them out.
We'll vibe it.
Asha thought you can't have nice things if you live in Dreadland.
Oh, I don't know. I am not the expert on the Dreadland, but if you want, I can. You seem kind of more interesting, and your most people who come in here, they're just kind of weird and curious about what we do, but you ask a lot of questions about what we were. So would you like to speak to Anointress Tulia?
That'd be nice.
Okay.
For offering.
I think if you're ready, you can go get into the hot bath.
Oh, let's do that.
Just completely dripping and soaking wet. Asha will just scurry on over.
Sure. So
with
that
a
goes,
trail of water
you
behind
sort
her.
of walk
I'm sure.
through a walkway, and then you go to another sort of natural sort of spring with the steps leading down. Steam is roiling off of this one. It looks pretty hot. She'll sort of walk with you. As far as Zekas, as far as the people, what did you score? And which
2 6s.
And in what?
Detect vibe.
Detect vibe. They all seem like looky-loos in that room. They all seem like some real like. What is this place? What did we stumble onto on our trip? Or this is they're just kind of like well, free spa, I'll take it. You know, beats my fetid tank I bathe in once every 2 months at home because it's the Middle Ages. So basically, if you guys sort of Asha scurries on through and heads to that, the rest of you can follow at your leisure. And yes, there is a
while we're walking, I wanted to ask, thinking back to what is it, Marmosil? What kind of dread or did she make you feel? Was she that bad of a customer?
It was
that she.
Well, she was. It was not so much she was a customer. She was sort of she was kind of like a noble.
A noble.
Yeah, she was sort of a noble, the queen.
Huh.
So she kind of whatever she wanted, she got. And it was interesting because she wanted everyone to be beautiful. Not us, but all the guests. So everyone who was a guest had to just subject themselves to these processes to become more beautiful. And they were very painful and very frightening, and you could not get away from them, and they would kind of mess with your mind. And I know because we had to do many of them to the people, so we knew how to.
We're not talking about stuff like mani pedis or anything like that. We're talking about.
I do not know a mani pedi. Who is mani pedi?
It's like when you get your nails painted.
Oh no, yeah, we do that.
See?
But I get the feeling the processes you're talking about that are frightening.
Well, if we want, for example, we might break all your fingers and straighten them out so they make your hand longer. Things like this.
Or there's stitched people.
Stitched people? I don't know what this is.
Well, you would definitely just stitch some people back together if they get wounded and all stuff.
It is what it sounds like.
Oh. No, we did not have a stitched people. Anyway, here is the Calidarium. And she'll sort of gesture to the super hot that you've gotten there. There is one figure in this pool. She is kind of sort of at the far side. When she sees people come in, she kind of sinks lower in the water, to protect her modesty. As she sees this very interesting group of naked monsters.
Asha will say, "It's okay, no be shy. We have same parts."
I'll have you know I'm half human, even if I don't look like it. Come on.
She's so she's just kind of like leaning back in this, but she's her face is like red. It's clearly very hot water. And if you guys step in, it's like, ooh, this is the
oh yeah, we'll sink in.
Oh yeah, but it is very soothing. And she was right. You did kind of, as you raised your temperature, it's you jumping right into this would have been rough, but right now it's a bit bracing. Yeah.
Didn't you guys go to another former Dreadland that had a bunch of beautiful people?
I don't know what you mean.
No, not you.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Where we find Frederica. And there weren't a bunch of beautiful people, just Frederica is very, very beautiful.
Well, what was her name again?
Fufia?
The one who was... Huh?
Fufia?
No. The one who was in love with Orlando.
Oh, Corinna.
Oh.
Corinna, yeah. She definitely found Orlando beautiful.
Orlando was attractive. but
Well,
not as pretty as Frederica.
So that was my idea, put into her mouth.
But I got the impression that you said all of the Stitched were beautiful
Were they?
people.
They did say more
the
beautiful than
Stitched
God.
were all beautiful, but they were not the main. The Stitched were like special rare people in that world. There were maybe like 20 of them total.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and each one of them hotter than the last.
The Stitched, yeah, okay. So Stitched, very pretty, but not all Stitched. They have lots of uggos.
Wow. This Stitch is
Asha,
mid. Come on.
Asha, I do not understand last word.
Uggo, nice way of saying ugly.
It does not sound like a nice way to say ugly to me.
No, it definitely nice way.
I'd rather be called ugly.
I'm gonna just mention, by the way, that as you put your Agnes doll into the water, she really like expands.
Yeah. I was like, should I even put her in this one?
You can have her like sit on the edge.
Yeah, you
like,
can just have her sit on the edge if you want.
She's got her bathing suit on.
She has her bathing suit on, but like when you put that wool in the water, it's just like.
Yeah.
If it's a hot spring bath, don't they provide a little basket?
Not
Oh yeah,
until
the float. Can she?
Yeah, a floating basket to put your stuff in.
Not until,
if you ask
like-
for a woven basket, they can
Okay.
bring you one to put her in. Sure.
like
Yeah,
not until like
floaty
this
for
moment.
my friend.
Like every other time I've thought about Agnes, I have just imagined like an animal, stuffed animal. But on this particular day, I can only imagine this doll as a lamb chop doll.
That's what I've been finishing it the whole time.
Oh yeah. I always thought it was a lamb chop doll.
I've been picturing like a fat thing, I guess, not
Yeah,
a lamb
same.
chop doll.
Yeah.
I was imagining a porcelain doll.
She is a soft doll, but yeah. But sort
Soft
of
as
as you
in
guys
porcelain parts and soft. Okay.
as you guys sort of step into this, Fufia will continue. Just kind of splashing you with water. She'll also kind of walk over to that other guest. Oh, actually, there's another staff member kind of over by that other guest. And the
Alright.
girl's trying to like hide away from that person because she's just like,
So-
Hilarious.
what the hell is going on here? They're real casual with nudity in this place.
It's a bath. Of
Sasha
course.
thought that point.
Yeah.
Want to get your clothes?
The fact that
wet.
people are weirded out is weirding out Dominic. It's like, this.
Yeah.
You went to a bathhouse. Do you not expect to take a bath here? I say while Nova is sitting there in a bathing suit. Like, it's not like this is the beach or anything, even though this actually is on the beach.
I like my privacy. You guys don't know me like that.
Dominic,
I know very little about you, Nova.
That's the point, right, Agnes?
Agnes
Silence.
replies in a voice only you can hear, and it sounds like it's just like sloshing, like.
Oh, poor Agnes. I think I need to give Agnes CPR.
From our perspective, we
Did
see
you
Nova
push
talk to
Agnes
her
water
doll.
sprays out?
That's what.
From our perspective, we see Nova ask Agnes a question, pause for like a few seconds, and then says that, and then gives the doll CPR. And we go, of course, of course.
Fufia will kind of come over to you, Dominic, as she'll be pouring some water on your back, and she'll just be like, yes, we are finding that many people here are, they seem to be worried about being, it's not like it's just being, I mean, people get naked all the time. I don't know why. Somebody
Weird, isn't it?
It's kind of weird. They're upset.
I get it all the time with tourists back home. They go visit the bathhouses, and
It looked to me like this girl you brought, this one who's pounding on her little sheep. It looked like is what she wearing? It looked like it made to go in water.
yeah, swimsuit.
That how her people take baths.
They wear a swimsuit to take a bath,
It called bathing suit.
but it's a bathing suit, so they never really they are never nude. They're never nude.
You
I don't know. I've
Oh.
never seen her nude.
Well, so
Yes, I-
so they
I
never.
imagine there is moment where they are nude when they are taking clothing on and off.
But okay,
Not if they wore jorts underneath.
it seemed like basically
What
they
if-
do this.
What if it's like
What is
a sort of
jorts?
game, but where there's a base layer that you can just never take off, it's just always there?
seem interesting. Okay, so she basically just dumps some water on Dominic, but kind of as like she's, you know, the rest of you have chimed in, and she's like, yeah, but she has a real like, this guy gets it. In any event, she says, so if you would like to do the cold plunge baths, that is in this chamber down this way, I am going to go and find the Anointress Tulia, and she will meet you in the garden, where she can answer more of your questions if you'd like.
Fantastic.
Okay. She kind of like turns to Nova and is like, I haven't seen anything, and then she just walks out.
Asha don't want to do cold bath.
Yeah, that sounds
Cold
like
bath just sounds terrible.
But it's nice after
Yes,
you
you
do
must-
the hot one.
Yeah, it closes all of the pores in your skin, tightens everything up.
It's gonna make all your fur just go.
You just do it like really fast, like a dip.
Okay, Asha dip, but Asha not stay.
Sounds like torture.
Yeah, isn't it great? Dominic says as he's going towards the cold bath.
This was Dread Place.
This is
That's
how
the
you,
point. It's like
Yes.
a reset.
Zekas, this is how you prepare yourself for the torture. It is preventative measure.
Huh. All right. Well,
Okay.
we'll give it a try.
If you guys head to the cold baths and plunge in, I'm not gonna make anyone roll any sort of endurance.
Endurance roll.
It is actually, yeah. Never mind. I will endurance roll for anyone who has a cold bath. Why not? That's fine. It's under vitality.
No,
It's cold.
Why not?
no
wow,
match.
I don't have endurance. I'm
Asha,
not
it
a
is
picky fella.
rough. You,
No
Asha,
match.
you,
Compared-
Asha, you didn't want to do it, and they were like, "How bad can it be?" And you get in, and you're like, "Oh!" And you're just like out in 2 seconds.
One step is basically neck deep for Asha,
Yeah,
right?
you really
Okay,
got
she'll
it.
just take the one step and then come back out.
Yeah.
Pair of twos.
Dominic, it's rough, but you can hang in for a moment. Nova, how'd you do?
2 twos.
Nova as well. You're in there. Cosmonocelot.
2 6s.
Yeah, you're able to do it. But Zekas and Asha are like out. Peace. No way.
Asha, when Asha gets out, she'll turn back and point to Nova and to Cosmin Ocelot. Liar! Liar! And just go back to the beauty garden thing.
I'm gonna
Agreed
dip back
it.
into.
I did agree it was a torture, but that is something you should prepare for.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, bye.
Zekas, are you gonna go back to the hot bath or the tepid bath? The warm bath.
The tepid.
Good call. Don't go to the hot bath right now, guys.
Just
so yeah,
warm back up.
Zekas will go get back into the tepid area. Is anyone joining him there? We're splitting the party now, which is great.
It's fantastic. In a former Dreadland splitting
So
the party.
tell me where everyone is.
Beauty garden.
Asha's going forward. Zekas going back.
Yeah, beauty garden.
Nova goes forward.
Yes,
Dominic
Captain.
wants to be a tough guy, so he's going to try to tough it out here as long as possible.
So beauty garden.
Right. The toughest of guys
Yeah.
needs to look the best.
I gotta be tough. Better go to this spa garden. All right. So Cosmonocelot.
Yes, I will also go to Beauty Garden.
Okay, cool. So Zekas, the Zekas alone.
All right.
All right, cool. So, as you all enter, these gardens, there's a good number of sort of people here. Most people here have like grabbed like a towel and are wrapped up, but a lot of people are just kind of like naked, just walking around. There are various tables where people are giving massages. Seeing you, Fufia kind of summons you over.
Hi there.
And she sort of presents a woman who seems to be probably about like maybe 40. She, this woman has clearly, though she works here, she has participated in all the skincare regimens. You know, she looks like way too. You ever see one of those people and you're like, oh my god, like have you just never been in the sun before? Yeah, that's the vibe. She just looks real spa.
Yeah, in engineering.
And right, different way, but yeah. But as she kind of comes over to you and sees you and says, "Oh, welcome. I am Tulia.
Pleased to meet you, Antuvia. Cheek kiss.
Yes. Fufia has told me that you had some questions about where we came from and how things happened, beyond simply a desire for a treatment. Is this correct?
Yes. We are travelers who wish to know your history.
I understand.
But treatment's also important.
Very
Of
well.
course.
Then, what treatments would the four of you like? We offer massage. We offer sort of cleansing rubs. We offer. We can do some.
Is there a way to tip my claws with metal?
No. We can file your class for you. We can.
Asha want face mask.
Face mask. Is she kind of okay? So Asha will get a face mask.
Do any of them fit an Ewok face?
Asha will make it fit. It doesn't matter.
Just use multiples, you know?
So Cosmonauts, you want basically kind of a nail treatment.
Yes, I will get both the for these claws and lower claws.
Understood. Dominic.
I want a deep muscle, massage, but given the size of my weapons and mass destruction, I think you need the burliest dude to do
He
that.
sort of sees that and says, I understand. Yes. I see, yes, we'll need, Pablana, and she gestures, and Pablana comes out, and Pablana's just like forearms the size of tree trunks, and just,
Whoa.
and she goes, oh my.
I think I'm gonna need to re-roll this character after today.
Okay, Nova.
I think I want a foot massage.
And she'll kind of turn to Agnes and say, and for this one?
Agnes, do you want a massage?
I suppose
I have to
can-
not wear my glasses for this.
Woohoo!
I am ready.
She'll be like, yeah, I suppose I'll just have whatever you're having. Just tell them to be gentle. I don't want them to undo my stitching. Sorry, there's still some water left in me.
Jesus Christ.
She wants a light, full body massage.
I want. She snaps and basically people come. So you guys are all sort of set on like a row of tables and things.
It's a good thing this place free because Asha not paying for Agnes to get massage.
Well, I'm paying anyway. Henry would have paid for it.
So
Yeah, family
Asha,
pays for everything.
as they begin to sort of like try to find your face, which is a pretty furry face. Ewoks, so they're kind of like, so yeah, they're sort of slopping some kind of mask all over what face you have there. Cosmonauts, some files are out, and they're just kind of, buffing out your claws. Dominic, Pablana is going to town.
Dirts.
Yeah, that'll
you
actually
just say-
be.
Can you
What's
just say they deal 5 power damage to me? Just I have
You
a
want
clue for later.
you want like she like digs her elbow in, and you're like clue.
Just so I have a clue for later.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll. Okay. Yeah. If you're not gonna resist it, if you're gonna go for it, sure. I will roll some. I'll roll a little power damage for her to like really. It's a healing kind of damage you're taking. Long run. She is working out. Dominic, she is working out knots that you've had since the bar.
Whoa!
She's working out knots that you have had in your back since your bar got shut up in the first episode of
Yeah,
Great
I feel
in the
like
Dark.
it feels like there's a story about Buster Keaton going in and getting an X-ray, and his doc goes, "So when did you break your neck?" And he had broken his neck diving and never healed. I feel like that's a Dominic thing.
Dominic, you do take 6 points of damage, so yes, you have a clue for
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of damage.
As she's just like she's saying, you really want me to go for it?
That's what I asked for. Oh wow, that's smart.
You all hear a cracking noise as she's like got one elbow in Dominic's back and she's like pulling his arm back and his like spine just.
Oh my god, she kill him.
Yeah.
Dominic has lets out the girliest scream you've ever heard from him. Oh, that's sort of sexist. The whiniest scream he has ever let out, ever.
So now
Like a baby.
So now we know what he thinks of girls. Got it. So basically, Asha, you got that. Dominic's going on. Nova, you were given a foot massage that we would not put a picture of on Instagram, and it is not crushing your feet like crazy. It's just someone. I'll say, which of my named people would you have wanted a male or female foot masseuse here, or masseur? Doesn't matter.
Either or.
You've got Citrio.
Nice.
Citrio is digging into your feet, and then he'll occasionally like look at Agnes and just kind of.
She can handle it.
What part of Agnes is the porcelain part? The head and face?
Agnes is not porcelain. She's just.
Oh.
You keep making her porcelain. She's not.
She's lamb chop.
Okay.
She's just a stuffed lamb.
Okay.
As you do hear Agnes going, well, he's got magic hands. Okay, but anyway, so he'll just give you a foot massage. As this is happening, the anointress Tulia says, I am also going to anoint you all in some of the oils that we use here. Although those of you with fur, if you do not wish for me to do this, I understand the oil will retain in your fur for a long time. So if you'd rather we skip this for you, we can.
What kind of oil?
She'll let you smell it.
Olive oil.
It's actually, yes, it is an olive oil base, with notes
Just
of,
kidding.
let's say, jasmine, neroli, tomato leaf, and amber, but it is olive oil, so it's that thick and viscous,
Asha, okay, thank you.
Okay. Cosmonocelot, do you want to be oiled up? It's going to stay in your fur if you are.
What is purpose of oil?
It is just an anointment. It's a soothing scent, and honestly, it is more for those getting the massages.
Yes, sure. Let us try it.
Okay, so she kind of just puts a bunch of oil on your fur, and it's like globbing on. It's like she's like, okay, and then she'll go over to Dominic and pour some oil on, and then just Pablana seems to be getting deeper with that. She'll also put some on your feet, Nova. Citrio can kind of try to rub that in. She says, so, you are asking, I take it that you are those who have, you are those people who know about Dreadlands and you have questions.
How come you guys not get new Dreadlord when last Dreadlord murdered?
So yes, I have heard from an old, from someone who was here and has since left, but they had come to us from another Dreadland. So, as far as I understand, when a Dreadlord is slain, the mists part briefly. There is a time in which people can escape, a brief window when the Dreadlord is dead that you can return to the material plane provided you're close enough and lucky enough and can survive the purple mist which used to envelop us. But for whatever reason, I do not know if it was the Acanthio. He was treacherous and seductive and troublesome, but he was brave to do what he did. I don't know if his bravery pulled us forth or if some other force kept us out of this place, but for whatever reason, the mist parted completely, and not only did we find ourselves able to escape, we found the whole building shuddering and starting, and we heard the creaking of rock, and suddenly we were here against this shore.
Huh.
I do not know why it has happened, but I am grateful, and all of those who had been trapped here have left, but myself and a handful of my staff, we wanted to stay. We did not hate this place, we only hated who made us do such bad things, who made us so sad. So now we will remain here for a while we can. Also, I warn you, you seem like adventurers. You should not go down below. There are still things there From the old way. From the dread way.
Something animate or inanimate?
Both. And you should know that these are the types of things one would have thought would have become a new dread lord. They did not. We are free. We are here. You are here with us. But they are still dangerous.
Asha will take a look around and kind of slink off into the shadows.
Understood. Okay, make a sneak roll then. With your
Like the shadows.
wet. You should. You know what? Make a sneak roll, but I'm going to ask you. I think you're pretty good at it, so it's fine. I'm going to give you a 1 die penalty because you are leaving wet footprints.
Do I still get to change one?
You still get to change, so you only get to roll 5 dice. You still can change one though. Yeah. you are a sopping wet Ewok in a face mask.
That has the same energy as telling, what is it? Vonda back in the
3 sevens.
3 sevens, and it's comedy. Yes,
Yeah.
Asha's like, wait, what did you say before you snuck away?
Nothing. She just looked at everyone.
She just looked at them. Dominic is busy like seeing triple. Nova's having a whatever. Agnes
He has,
looks
instead
at
of little birdies around his head, it's a bunch of duchesses banging his head with a hammer.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Cosmonocelot, I assume, is trying to pick oil out of his fur with his newly sharpened claws.
Let's just shake first.
After Asha leaves several footprints, can she notice and like shake off or whatever?
Because you've gotten to 3, the footprints were a penalty on the roll. You've still vastly succeeded. You're just stepping in existing puddles. You're great. Okay, so Asha sneaks off. At this time, as she sort of tells you this, we're going to cut to old Zekas. Sorry, Zekas, it took so long. Zekas, meanwhile,
Oh, that's right.
got into the tepidarium.
Just relaxing, enjoying.
Chilling like a villain.
Several people are in the cold and other baths and have come in. And when you get to the tepidarium, there are no staff members, and there is one figure in the water. The figure is up to their chin in water, kind of in the middle. As you walk in, they sort of notice you, but just kind of just continue looking around. There is something interesting about this person. Something kind of. There's a presence to them, even sort of so low, but they're clearly trying to not draw a lot of attention. But as you come in and look right at them, there's clearly something.
What kind of something?
Go ahead and do a detect vibe on them.
2 8s, 2 2s.
Which would you like to use?
Probably the 2s, given where we are.
It's probably a good thing. You don't believe this person is certainly a visitor. You don't think they've been around, but they definitely have. This is a very powerful individual you're sort of stumbling upon. That is here in the water.
Hey, what brings you in?
The baths, of course.
Where did you come in from?
Outside. What about you?
Pretty far away.
Oh. Are you getting into the water?
Yeah.
Pretty far away, huh? Interesting. Hello. My name is Echirov. What is yours?
Zekas.
Zekas. Hello, Zekas. You're not from Morenaway Gorbuladan, are you? No, you're from further afield.
Take it neither are you?
Oh no, I am. this is sort of my home. Who goes through the water, just pulls up kind of a hand of water.
Is he like a humanoid? Is he?
It's a as far as you can tell, the person you're speaking to is a human, but they're. You might think of almost like a half elf or something. There's some slight pointiness to the ears, but it's not anything you've ever seen. It's like a weird. Something about it's strange. The other thing about this person that's interesting is they have like a unibrow and like kind of a good bit of hair on their face in a way that's almost perhaps not.
I know I'm not
facial.
there.
Yes.
But I have to ask because of our current location. Is it an unkept unibrow, like they're about to go get it fixed, or is it like they've already had it maintained and it's a purposeful unibrow?
Purposeful or not, it's just like it's a very like thick, full. Yeah, it's not like little. Okay. Yeah, it's a very. Yeah.
Did you Is this the first time you've come to this place, or did you go to its old location?
Oh, you mean when it was in the Shadow World and the Dreadlands?
Yeah.
No, I did not venture there. But I saw it emerge. Rather, I saw the mist part. And frightened people run out. And then, it was just the damnedest thing. The whole place emerged with them, pushing itself into the rocks. Remaining here was something to behold.
How did you come to see this?
Well, to be honest with you, Zekas, I was waiting for it. Have you been to a Dreadland, or you know of their kind? You're familiar with them?
Yes.
None from here, I take it. None from Moreno Wake.
No.
Interesting. Which ones? Do you know the names? If they're from far away, I may not know the names of any Dreadlands, but Robin's Dread is the main one that like Frederica and everyone's from. So you could name check that if you wanted to, but
I'm also assuming that my time in our village has.
Oh yeah, you know the name of a bunch of Blood from a Stone ones as well, but Robin's Dread is sort of the main one you guys have been investigating.
I'll mention the Robin's Dread.
Oh yes, Robin's Dread was the first, and this is the second, isn't it?
To have emerged.
To have freed themselves. Casey's
got
a fan. That is correct, Zekas. You want to know a secret?
Please.
There's one thing I didn't hear when this one returned, as I expected it to. You know what I didn't hear at all? Amidst the crunching of the stones and the roiling of the sea as it was displaced, the groaning of the structures as they settled in, I didn't hear a single hoofbeat.
What do you know of him?
I know that he's not the only one now. Not the only one who can redraw the boundaries of the mists. Now there are two of us.
You're getting out of hand.
You can redo the mists?
Us, did I I just like it when something new happens. I get a little overzealous.
How did you come to have such intimate knowledge of the Dreadlands?
Let's just say part of me had one experience there, and part of me had another.
What?
In any event, Zekas, if you've come here to investigate this place, know this. I sent an agent in to the Thermae Belluarum. He had one mission and he succeeded. He slew the Dreadlord there. And when the mists parted, as a prize for his victory, I was ready. If you want to know how to achieve this, if you want to break them all out, this is a secret I could share, provided you have something worth trading for it, Zekas.
What would you want for such information?
That is a good question, and the answer is what I will repeat. Something new. He gives you this wolf-like grin. Now, if you'll excuse me.
How should we contact you when we have this
Ooh.
something new?
You know my name. Surely someone of your stature who knows of such things can manage a sending spell.
What of Macy?
Maisie. Maisie is something that is not new. Maisie is old and boring, and I don't care for that doll one bit. You're not a fan of Maisie, are you?
No.
We'll size you up at that, actually. Good. Then yes. When you have something worthy to trade, let me know. But until then, they sort of then kind of like move back and kind of move to the side and sort of step out, and the whole body is a little furry. Kind of. But in a way that seems like it maybe wasn't all. It's kind of some strange transformation, but the figure sort of climbs out, nods to you, and walks into the next chamber.
On that note, I would probably
Seek
get
your
out and
fellows?
head.
Sure.
Yeah, seek my.
Asha, you went off by your lonesome. Where did you go?
Fine, downstairs.
Downstairs. Bold, bold Asha. All right, Asha. You can make your way downstairs without any trouble. Go ahead and do a navigate track roll. What is it you're looking for?
2 5s. Stuff to. We needed information, so
Okay.
I just want to see. Plus, she said not to go down there, so
Sure.
obviously I'm going to go down there.
Asha, you'll sort of venture down. Tell you what, roll me a d10 if you would.
Ten.
Asha, you find that there are some other rooms. You don't encounter anyone else, and you see that in many of these places, there's kind of like people have tried to put boards or things up to keep people out of these things. But for Asha, it's easy to just step under. The vibe down here instantly starts feeling a little bit scarier. This feels more, you're like, okay, up there everything's nice. I get how this was like a Dreadland. Occasionally you'll see some like, stains. You're like, best case scenario, that's blood. You move along, and as you As you get through, you come to a room that a lot of heat is coming out of. It seems like it's another bath. And we'll carry over your stealth roll, your 3 7s already, but as you kind of look around the corner, you can hear something like is moving within this water. And
In the water?
There's water down here, a bath, and you feel like heavy steam emanating from out. This appears to be a private bath of some kind. As you sort of... Tell you what. Are you going to sneak in? Are you going to just look? What do you want to do as you sort of hear this?
Definitely want to sneak in. Or, I guess, peek first to see if I can see, and if it's not some giant thing, then...
Do a look roll,
then. I'm going to add dice to this.
Okay.
Two ones.
2 1s. Well, one is heroic and teamwork and doing something courageous. So yeah, we'll say that you're able to conquer your fear of whatever you hear and you see. This room seems to be a private bath with a sort of like single, maybe hot tub-sized thing of water in there. The water is hot, presumably from little like aqueducts that are running through. It's been turned on. There is no being in it. However, what is within this water is maybe the size of like a donkey. It's a 2-legged, like winged creature that has like a kind of this almost dinosaur-like serpent head on one end, kind of emerging. So there's wings and 2 legs, and it's kind of just like in the water, sort of splashing around. And then its tail ends in another dinosaur head. So it's this 2-headed, sort of two serpent-headed weird thing.
What is it doing?
It is kind of slopping around in the water and just seems kind of agitated.
Can Asha tell what it's agitated by?
You know what? Asha uniquely can because of your forest understanding and forest friendship. So I'll let you do a detect vibe read person. You may add your forest friendship bonus to it.
Rad.
Because you're like, I've seen weird creatures before.
Also adding die to this, though.
Yeah.
Are you from Endor, or they're from somewhere else?
Endor.
Okay.
2 8s.
2 8s. You suspect that this creature is angry because it has not been... You think it is both hungry and like frustrated, like no one is seeing to it. In the interim, this sort of monster, it must have been down here somewhere. You don't think this was its room. You think it kind of knocked its way in here and it's just got in some water and it's just causing some trouble. It's hungry and it's mad, and it hasn't had any sort of, it's been abandoned basically. But it doesn't seem very nice.
Does it seem like it can be reasoned with?
Based
or does
on
it seem like it's just gonna rampage or whatever?
This is a Yuzum. This is an unthinking monster. This is just a straight
okay.
Yuzum. Yeah. It's a Bugwazzer reference, but he is one. Yeah.
In that case, Asha will just take note of it and close the door.
Asha sneaks away. Okay, give me another sneak roll just for the heck of it.
Then prop up a chair on the other side
Not
of the room.
Hindered, right?
Not hindered, no.
3 8s.
Yeah, Asha's, you're able to return. We'll say you get back just as Zekas is kind of coming to the room. At this point, Dominic, your body has been turned to jelly by Papana. Nova, Citrio, he's gone through your feet. He's kind of now working Agnes over, like kind of got some wool on his hand. But Atulia says, "Well, I hope that you have enjoyed that. Unfortunately, not all of our features are available yet. Hopefully we can clear out some of the lower levels soon, and you can come back and enjoy our steam room and our hot room.
Asha will grab a nail file and start doing her own nails, but as if she'd been here the whole time. But she'll say, oh, you know what Asha here when is good rule of thumb when you not Dreadland anymore?
Yeah.
That you double check all monsters have been handled, because they can just come out at worst time and ruin good time. You know?
we have put awards on some of these scarier things down below, so they will not come up. But there are very scary things down there.
Yeah, but like, what good ward when you go deal with it later and now it's super pissed? You know, maybe throw it some rats every now and then. Hypothetically.
Throw a monster rats? The monster
to eat.
The monsters down there, they do not eat rats.
Is it because they can't poop because they don't have butthole?
What don't have butthole?
What?
What are you talking about?
What did I miss?
Tuli's like, huh? Am I confused? I'm gonna roll real quick for... Nah. Pablana doesn't hear, she's too busy. Citrio, however, when she says that, is like... Did you, excuse me, did you, he's kind of just, you know, knuckles in the ball of Nova's foot or whatever. Did you see the Amphisbaena?
Asha don't know what that is. And that truth. Asha don't know what you just said.
It's a sort of a winged thing with a serpent head and a serpent head for a tail.
And then he points to the mosaic showing that exact same creature.
Like that guy?
Did Asha see that? Maybe. You know,
Of course not. You were here with us the whole time.
Yeah, if Asha think about it, you know, maybe she sees something out of corner in her eye when she looked for bathroom. Maybe. But maybe not. Maybe a trick of the heat.
Wait, when did you go to the bathroom? I thought you were here with us the whole time.
What?
You're here with us the whole time. When did you go to the bathroom?
You guys got fruit?
Yeah,
She just walked up.
So at this point, you guys can have a little bit more time of sort of this.
She's really good at sneaking, but she has a 2 in deceive.
Yeah,
so.
we're and I think at this point we're getting late here,
Right.
so we'll sort of hand wave. You have a very pleasant spa day the rest of the time. Does anyone have any specific other spa attraction? Nova, any other things you really would have wanted to get here?
Yeah, I want to do one of those plastic wrap things where they wrap me in plastic wrap, and then my whole body's like this.
You mean seaweed?
They could do it in they probably don't have plastic wrap, but they could do it in seaweed.
Yeah, I want to do one of those.
You're gonna be a big human
There's one
sushi
of them
roll.
too.
It's either seaweed or plastic or is
One of them
or is it-
biodegrades.
Or is it vintage copies of 1970s Sports Illustrated? I think it's that one. So basically, yeah, you guys get any other treatments you'd like, and Zekas can maybe kind of indicate he got some intel to share later, and we will
Also wanted to get a massage for the other guy though. His Cyclops
your new
form.
friend. The
No.
Cyclops. Oh no.
It's been a long time since it's, you know.
When you show up as a Cyclops, people freak out, but then Pablana kind of just crack, and she says, all right, it's time for me to, I'm going to do I've never been able to do this before. I hear this is called a shiatsu. And she's going to just be massive Pablana. She'll just get on your back and just... So with that, you guys can return to the park, having gained some information. We'll briefly have you consult Henry, just as and Zekas, do you sort of tell him all you heard?
Yes.
Henry says,
What was the guy's name again?
Echirov and Netley.
Based on-
I'm glad it's a really simple name that we can all just remember easily.
It has
It's
to be.
Althenovorus backwards.
I mean, come on, whatever. Just want something new to happen. But basically, as he sort of
hold
shows
on.
up.
Based on the clue I got from taking 6
Oh, yeah,
damage,
sure.
was there any more information that I could have gained from their side at least?
When you hear what Zekas is reporting.
Sure, I was about to say, man, I wish we would have got more information from them, and then Zekas comes in with all the information from a random bystander.
Sure. So so from Zekas's report, I mean, we'll say that Dominic, you could sort of spend that clue token and kind of you can sort of put together sort of what this guy must have done. But I think here's the extra texture you'll get. Okay, so clearly what happened, if you're believing him, which he could be a big liar, but who knows. But what he reports is that he sent someone in. This guy was an agent to go seduce and murder the person. The guy was able to escape, and upon his escape, Henry will confirm to you, hearing all this, that yes, it's Maisie's Dreadlands are different. There's no escaping those because they're a closed system. But other places, if you kill when the Dreadlord dies, the mist part for a moment and people can get out. So Henry's like, yes, absolutely. He must have sent someone in, done it, and had some process ready. But Dominic, what your brilliant kind of insight is, he was only, despite not having to use the Nightmare Rider to do this, it was only because Ravensdread has been freed that this guy came up with this process. So in other words, the fact that it's like the seal has been broken, and he's like, now I can use this process to kind of pull a thing. And you know what? You're spending a clue. You took a bunch of damage. Sure, let's do it. You suspect.
What happened to the mists?
Yeah, you suspect that what he did was what the Nightmare Rider did was he sort of rode the mists away from that place, and it sort of just appeared, because there's a big difference between Ravensdread and the Thermae Belluarum, which is that Ravensdread became its own material plane. This place got dropped, shunted into an existing material plane. So rather than move the mists away and put it in a cosmic thing, you suspect Echarov simply saw an opening in the mists and through powerful magic pulled everything out of them. He managed to just yank the whole thing out.
So that explains all the weird space around where it ended up.
Everything shifted and exactly, yeah.
This Echarov fella must be akin to a deity or something like that.
He certainly seems
power.
He was no friend of Maisie's either.
That is good to hear then. And that confirms what we heard when we sort of spoke with his underling who was using his name. All right.
Oh, and here drawings of stuff on walls.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry, I was looking at it upside down.
It's
wasn't.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I see that. Oh, excellent work. Thank you, Asha.
You gotta put it on the refrigerator like all the kids try.
Excellent work. Haldir will come out to you, Asha. And he has taped various lotion bottles to his body. It says, "I'm a spa now! Here's my massage table." And he turns around and he's got like a leather thing on his back.
That's definitely what you are.
Oh dear, I have a question, and you are so shockingly most authoritative person, I think probably in
Of course I am. I'm the main character.
How does one get oil off body?
Just dance. I have to re-oil so much when I dance. And with that, as Henry is like, all right, well, great work, everyone. This music is very loud. I'll come up with another mission. So with this, we will end tonight's session. Excellent work. I hope that was this. That probably wasn't the spa day you'd mainly hoped for, but I hope you got some spa daying out of it.
I had plenty.
Perfect.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dominic was reconstituted.
Yeah.
Dominic,
We all get +1 power.
Shifted around. Next session, everybody does.
Some of the racism
next
out of
session,
you.
everyone gets a bonus power. That is true.
Oh, yay.
So remind me of that because I'll forget.
I'm just gonna.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much for this. Also, technically, to sort of a point Asha made, I believe that the amphispana, look up a picture of one. It has legs. It has an area. There's probably a cloaca under there. You know, a tail doesn't mean you don't have it. You said
that there was a snake head where the tail would be.
I know what I said. Okay, here's. Okay. So here, I'm just putting this into the Twitch chat, everybody. This is a way too high resolution Wikimedia thing, but I think you should be able to.
Oh, the Cyrillic really messed up.
File not found.
Oh, dang. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Just
You
search.
have to
About to be banned from your own chat.
Oh, wow. It really is.
What's it called?
That. Just search that thing.
Search what?
Chicken butt?
Amphispana. It's
An ant-eating serpent.
it's
Oh.
an ant-eating double-headed serpent thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, must be a UCI mascot then.
So, sometimes people just do it as a snake with two heads, but to me that's an Ouroboros. That's different. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and playing. I don't know what our missions will be next time, but I'm sure they'll be weird and fun. On Wednesday, we should have some more Top Flight Tales. Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Friday, episode 155 of Blood from a Stone. Tale of Love and Dread and RPG. It's getting high up there. Sunday, 7:30, we are back with part 3 of our Battleborn trilogy. Will Fanrith finally meet a noble who is rude and justifies his cruelty to them? We'll find out. Will Grayson be able to top what he did against that Shambling Mound? The answer to that is no, sadly. But it's still good times. And then a week from tonight, we'll be back with another. Oh, wait. Lie. Okay. More than likely, we will not have a game of this next week. There's a possibility my travel plans will change and I will be here next week. But more than likely, this game will not be on next week. So this will be presumably a long form vote. I will inform people of that. I think I'll know by Wednesday whether or not we can play next week or not. And yeah, so there you go. But more than likely, this game is off next week. Cool times. So go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how this all goes together. There's been some fun stuff. Anybody here want to plug, mention, complain about anything?
Yes, I will. Manzukis and this is more of like sort of a tie-in for Cosmonauts, but it does also have like a very notable bathhouse scene in it.
We all know what it is. On
Yeah,
3? Should we say it on 3? Everyone? 1, 2, 3. Eastern Promises.
The Viggo Mortensen movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naked bathhouse fights.
Yes.
I've never even heard of that movie.
What?
It's,
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I remember
It is
from that movie.
it is a follow-up movie that David Cronenberg did with Viggo Mortensen after History of Violence, where he is like a Russian thug. So, solid. It's good.
Sure. I was wondering when he puts out the cigarette on his tongue.
Yeah.
Before
he starts disposing of that body.
Exactly. Well, fun times, everyone. Anyone else?
Brother Vincent Cassell.
There you go. That's who I'd cast as his brother for sure. All right, very good, guys. Well, thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. We will see you soon, one way or another. Thank you to all you wonderful players.
Why does that sound like a threat?
Because it's not a threat; it's an invitation. All right. Until next time. Sweet dreams. Ooh.